Great.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Look at me, 5 years old and on top of the world. One lucky kid. Growing up in middle-class America with 2 parents and a brother that loved me, what more could you ask for? Then, one day, about a decade later, that dream came crashing down. In the end, the doctor said it was her liver. The cancer my mom had fended off for more than 8 years finally won out. I thought I was prepared. I thought I knew all about death, but when she actually died, I realized I knew nothing. The only thing I was certain of was that life was short. As my mom said, it was over in the blink of an eye. But what surprised me was when I told my friends about it. Each of them, through different experiences, had come to the same place.
It was just sort of a moment in time where we realized, wow, life is short, and we have to make the most of it or it'll pass us by.
We took a cue from my mom, and we just wrote out a list of everything we wanted to do in life before we died. The average human lives 79 years. Those years belong to you. They're yours.
I don't know what I'm doing.
They're filled with life and mystery and extraordinary potential, and like a blank page, they're waiting to be filled. My mom taught us if you aren't careful, you might miss the incredible possibilities waiting in every day, every hour, every minute. We almost did.
My pants are falling down!
Now we're on a journey to reclaim that lost possibility. Over the next 8 weeks, we're going to be taking on 14 of our biggest Wisconsin bucket list items, and in the process, we're going to be learning for perhaps the first time what it means to really, truly live. So come with us.
Cheers!
And don't blink. We are going after the final 2 items on the list: skiing a cranberry bog and catch a touchdown pass from the one and only, the gunslinger, Mr. Brett Favre. So here's the plan. Right now we're in talks with the Cranberry Farmer. Everything's going well. All we have to do is send a couple more emails, hopefully, and we'll have this thing booked for the harvest in October. With Mr. Favre, things are a little more tricky. How do you get to him? Our plan is ambitious. We are going after a whale to get to the mother of all whales, Brett Favre. The person we're targeting is Steve Mariucci. You may recognize him from the NFL Network or as the former head coach of the San Francisco 49ers and Detroit Lions.
Look at this record that Steve Mariucci has here at home, 17-1.
But before all that, there was a time when he called Lambeau Field home. Working as a quarterback coach to a young Brett Favre, Steve Mariucci became another important character in the storied history of the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gregory, you're being a little too dramatic here. This is just a football team. But that's where you would be mistaken. If the church has the Vatican, Wisconsin has Lambeau Field. Yet among all the heroes to have ever graced the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, none captured the hearts of Packer fans quite like number 4, Brett Favre.
That is so impressive. How is he doing that? Oh.
So we hear that Mr. Mariucci and the NFL Network are going to be at Lambeau Field for the first week of training camp.
Honestly, I think this is our best bet. We have Mr. Mariucci, who's like best friends with Brett Favre.
Yeah, and he's right there.
Yeah. When we were figuring out what items we were going to go after like this summer, we started with my mom's list, but then we were pulling from all of our own lists. And this item was on everyone's list. Not my mom's, but it was on all of our lists.
Do you know how ridiculous this would be if we can pull this off?
Oh man, we're going to have to hustle.
With all these stars walking about, we figured we might as well go all TMZ out here.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
I gotta go to the restaurant.
All right, I'll see you in a bit. He'll be back.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, can I ask you a quick question for our show? We'll be around. Hey, Matt. Hey, Shefty. Do you think you could tell us your greatest Brett Favre?
I feel like a Jehovah's Witness out here.
Hey, Mr. Jones, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, you got. You
So,
got one.
can you tell us what it's like to catch a ball from Brett Favre?
When it's cold, oh my goodness, the sting on the ball, the zip on the ball, man, how your hands burning. So he put some heat on the ball, man.
How about Mr. Jones talking to us? James Jones, Super Bowl champion.
I told this story a little while ago, man. We were in Kansas City, 2-minute drive, and I mean, he just let one loose in the huddle. You know what I mean? And everybody's looking around like you don't want to say nothing because it's a 2-minute drive, but you're like, dude, what is that smell? Who just did that right now?
Trying to catch
And then
your
after
breath.
the game, after we won, he's like, man, did you smell that? I'm like, absolutely, but I couldn't say nothing because I'm trying to focus on the play, man. But he's a character, man. So
Yeah,
it's
he
good.
seemed like a great,
Yeah.
fun guy.
Absolutely.
Blast to be around. Thank you very much.
thanks,
We'll be
guys.
around.
This is insane, but we gotta stay focused. We're here for Mr. Mariucci.
This whole operation relies on us talking to Mooch.
Miss practice, move.
So Mr. Mariucci and a whole entourage comes flying out of this tent.
We just have a few things to ask you. You think?
I got to go to practice right now.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think I'm interviewing Clay Matthews or something afterward. Then I'm done for a little bit. What do you want to do?
We have such a small window.
I don't know where they're going to put me down there. I'll be down there someplace.
So if we can come find you, or we can hang around here.
Just, you'll see us around the field, around
right.
the edges someplace.
All right,
Okay.
sounds
Maybe
good.
we'll finish it up.
So he tells us to go to practice and meet on the fence.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is more promising than I thought.
I know we just talked to Mooch and all, but you really have to wonder, what is Indiana Greg doing with that umbrella and football in his hand?
Let's book it, get around that way. Oh, Mooch just pointed to us, dude. He's coming over.
He leaves Aaron Rodgers and starts walking towards us? Are you kidding me?
What a great guy.
This whole thing has to be strategic.
Okay, 3 questions.
All right.
We can't be screwing around and wasting precious time that Mr. Mariucci has.
The strategy is to save the big question for last.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
But in the meantime, who gets to just to have a conversation with Steve Mariucci?
I'll send you a picture. He's reading my son, one of my sons, book. Is it Green Eggs and Ham? I didn't even know he could read, and he was reading them, and my son was watching TV. I didn't have his attention, but no, he used to put my kids to bed. I remember one time I said, "All right," to my 3 boys, "Hey, Mom and Dad are going to go out for dinner," and they went, "What?" And because we used to have either Favre or Sister Rosaire, one of the nuns from the school, babysit. And they liked Sister Rosaire, all right? And they said, "Who's gonna come over?" And I said, "Brett." "No, Dad. No, please." I said, "What's the matter with you? This is Brett Favre coming over. Who else gets to have Brett Favre babysit?" "Don't let him come over and babysit, please. Don't leave us." I go, "What's the matter with you?" He says, "Because he puts us under the covers, all 3 of us, and he farts, and he puts us to sleep that way, Dad. That's not fair. That's not right." It's called a Dutch oven.
Sounds to me like he has some thunder down under, if you know what I mean.
Gosh, I remember one time when he came over, he was playing dodgeball in the basement with Ty Dittmer and my kids and Mark Burnell, and Gail and I were doing the dishes. We had spaghetti and meatballs, okay? And they were downstairs playing, and all of a sudden they shut the lights off and they're still playing dodgeball. And all of a sudden I hear, whack! Oh, you! Somebody screaming. I'm going, "Oh God, no, please God, nobody got hurt." I go down there. Mark Burnell has a welt on his face, like you could see the strings from the ball that Favre threw one of his rockets at him, just 5 feet away, right in the dark.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
What advice or lessons would you tell your 21-year-old self just starting out? That's kind of where we are in life, and kind of our whole journey with this is we're trying to figure out how to live our best life, and we don't know exactly, but everyone we meet, we just
So, okay, that's a good question because I've got 3 sons that were little when they were here.
yeah.
But now they're all out of college and working, and I would tell them then the same thing I would tell them now.
Yeah.
Same thing I would tell you guys now.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck you do, find something that you love and do it as well and as hard as you can, and enjoy it. And I used to say, guys, I want you to watch Favre.
Yeah.
I want you to watch how much fun he's having when he's playing the sport, the game he likes, because it's a big business.
Yeah.
But he had fun doing it. He had fun at the practice field. He had fun in the locker room. He had fun on the in the huddle on game day. You know that. He kept it a game, and he had fun doing it. Not that he didn't take it seriously. He never missed in 321 starts. Never missed. Toughest guy there ever was. So you do it with all your might, whatever that is, and have fun with it. Enjoy the heck out of it and go for it 100 miles an hour.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, listening to Mooch talk, it kind of brought me back home to why we're doing this and why we're going after this list. You know, tomorrow isn't guaranteed by any means. So, Mr. Mariucci, the final and biggest item on our list is to catch a touchdown pass from Brett Favre, Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm having sweaty flashbacks to asking out my prom date. If we made like this little video of some sort asking Brett personally, do you think you could possibly get that to him? Then it's in his hands.
Maybe.
If you can put the ball in his court.
So you're going to do an ask and I'll send it down to him? He's not going to come up here. I don't think he's going to come up here unless it was for a game or something, but he's seldom here. You're going to have to make the journey down to Hattiesburg.
Okay.
Will you do that?
Yeah, I think we could pull
You
that
will?
off.
100%. If we could catch a pass from Brett Favre,
Can you catch?
I'm gonna be practicing.
We just have to get it in Brett's hands. If you could get him that ask.
Okay.
I'll
I'll get it to him. Good luck. I'll get it to him.
Thank you very much.
No guarantees, but we'll see if he
Thank
does.
you.
Yeah, thanks. That'd be
All right.
awesome.
You know what's crazy? After doing this for 14 items, I get rejected in my own head way more than I do in real life.
Thank
All right,
you very
man.
much.
Gotta
Thank you
run.
again.
Gotta run.
The guys headed off to school for a couple months, but now they're back, just in time for the annual Cranberry Harvest in Manitowish waters.
When I left to go to school, it was like 80 degrees, and right now, back in October, it is 39 degrees. It's fall in Wisconsin. It is beautiful. It is pristine, and it's really cold. So we're going water skiing. This is it. Oh my God!
You miss us yet?
It's been what?
Couple months.
Couple months. Oh God.
The gang's getting back together to finish the next item on the list. Looks like Greg's put on a couple pounds, but I've been looking forward to this ever since the first week of classes.
Like when you envision stuff when you put it on the list, but then all of a sudden, like,
It's like you look around, it's kind of just like, and then
boom.
My God.
With some of these items, it's so difficult to set up, but with others, you just happen to know the right guy. And as it turns out, my friend's dad's friend is Farmer Dan.
Want to take a little tour?
Yeah, we would love to. How did you come to run a cranberry farm?
My dad started it, and so I grew up in it, and I got to spend all my time, my childhood, doing this. So it's just something I love to do. Been doing it my whole life. It's a different kind of farming, completely. It's so fun, but it's really a different kind of farming. And all that, you basically see them in water, because that's when it's the cool time, fun time.
yeah.
But literally 98% of the time they're never in water.
Okay.
They grow dry like the beds you saw over there. Once they realized that cranberries float, then they realized it was easier to harvest them in the water. It's just they float up off the plant, they come off the plant easier, and then you can handle them in food. So it's actually, they've been using water harvesting probably for close to 50 years. There's 3 native fruits to the United States, and cranberries is one, grapes are the other, blueberries are the third. But Wisconsin grows the most cranberries in the country. We're the largest producer of cranberries. The reason in the mid-1940s these cranberry beds were built in this area here, it's because it was all wild cranberries. And the interesting thing of this plant is you put it in the ground, plant it, and it's good for forever. Some of these plants have been in the ground over 50 years here.
Oh, wow.
So this is what a cranberry plant looks like.
Okay.
So every year, this plant grows this much right here.
Oh, wow.
My dad and I have been working together together. Well, I used to work with him, sit on the tractor when he did things, and so I just get to be with my dad. He's like, almost your best friend.
Yeah.
And that's about the coolest thing you can do. He's 81 years old. He still comes to work every day.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, to be able to do that is really, that's the ultimate.
Oh,
really
yeah.
is fun.
My dream is to be a great filmmaker, right? But you look at the farmer and his family and the life he's got here, there's some part of it that just draws you in.
Driving around with Farmer Dan, I feel like it could be in an episode of Planet Earth. I'm almost forgetting about why we came here in the first place.
It's never a good look to wear a skin-tight wetsuit in 40-degree weather, right? I mean, my cranberries are turning into craisins, if you know what I mean. I'm having flashbacks right now to the water ski show.
Greg ate it.
How was the fall? Oh, it was good. After that poor showing, I think this is my chance for redemption.
Now it's 48 degrees.
48.
48 is freezing. I'm just hoping I can get up on the first try here.
Well, listen to this.
Especially since I've got an audience with Farmer Dan and his daughter. I don't want to embarrass myself.
He's in a dry suit, so he's fine. It's just his hands in his face. I'm in a wetsuit, which means my whole body will be wet.
Ready. There's tension.
Oh no!
Oh man. Not only did I make a fool out of myself, but that cold water's making my lips red.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself.
Now it looks like I'm wearing lipstick.
Don't try to hold on if you're underwater.
With Owen having performance issues here, I feel like this is my chance to step up.
Are you keeping your hat on? What if it blows off?
I don't think it will.
Okay.
This whole scene right now is out of a country song. You got the farmer, the farmer's daughter, the old pickup truck. I mean, all the characters are here. Just give me a cold one and I'll be in country heaven.
After watching Owen struggle, the farmer decided to give me a little inside scoop on where I should start. We're in the ditch!
Ready? Like the actual water skiing is it something like, how did that start?
When we were kids,
Yeah.
we all water skied. We all belonged to the local water ski club.
Yeah.
And so we're like, what more fun things can we do? So we started out skiing in the bed behind the truck.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
we all learned how to barefoot. And we're like, oh gosh, we got this big long canal. So we could barefoot down this thing. So we can go 40 miles an hour on this dike.
It's good.
That was so good! Yes! Oh my God!
Incredible. Oh my God!
Then sometimes we get two guys barefooting next to each other.
Yeah.
Because we go, well, how can you make it more challenging? It's just some things you do around here and have fun.
my God.
And as unconventional as it was more fun than we had had in a long time. Oh yeah! Oh baby! Oh! Get off!
There we go.
Just imagine 50 semis. That would be an average crop for us. 50 semis. Full.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. Semi-trailers.
That's wild.
And that's us, and we're kind of a small cranberry farm.
So what about you, man?
Yeah.
It's always fun when we can get the camera guys involved.
I think we might have a little surprise coming.
Who wears jorts underneath khakis?
How crazy am I if I want to go in my jorts only?
Not at all.
Yes! This is grabbing life by the horns.
Alright, I guess I'm starting like this.
What a beautiful way to end the day. I don't know if I've seen anything as beautiful as this scene in my entire life.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That's definitely bucket list checked off.
Yes.
That's what we want to eat.
Oh. This is an incredible day. When you got a rainbow showing up at the end of the day, everyone says, you know, you gotta live in the present moment. And it sounds so good. Everyone wants to do it, but it's really hard to do. But what I've found with this bucket list is like, when you're doing bucket list items, it's not that hard. They pull you into the present moment. I am so grateful for this moment right now.
I rarely have time to stop and just appreciate what's in front of me, but on this bucket list item, I'm skiing in cranberries, I feel like I'm truly living.
We got Stephanie convinced she's going for it on the dry suit, so she's never done this before, right?
Correct.
So it'll be good.
This is awesome. It's always cool how you chasing your dreams, trying to be the best version of yourself, has ripple effects.
Like Stephanie, she grew up on this farm and has never skied in a cranberry bog. But this is going to be a memory that hopefully she's going to remember for the rest of her life. And the same thing with Pat.
You don't realize when you're kind of just going about your own business how many great people are around you.
Take care, guys. Have a safe trip back.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
After a successful day with Farmer Dan, the guys head back to Milwaukee to meet up with Nick and I to finally make our Brett Favre pitch video.
All right, let's just get outside and go do it.
Rolling. Hey, Mr. Favre, it's Nick. Sorry.
Anyone who says otherwise, you are way better than Aaron. No question. What do you mean? He is.
Mr. Favre, all we're asking for here is one throw.
All good.
After a couple days of editing, we sent it off to Steve Mariucci.
So did we get a reply?
I hate to say this, but we're going ahead.
No! We're gonna go see Brett Favre.
You know, half of the drive down to Mississippi is through Illinois, the boring home of the Bears, so we really had to spice this drive up a little.
So we have two teams.
Where are the 15?
We have 15 items. I'll send them over when we get in the car.
Just to get this straight, Greg decides to make a picture scavenger hunt about Brett Favre.
We're gonna beat you!
Which means we're gonna be stopping a lot to take pictures of things, because a 15-hour road trip wasn't already long enough. We're on the off-ramp for the number 4 exit.
Beautiful. Good. Okay.
Did I get it? I got sweaty fingers.
Get it. Get it.
You didn't get it, did you?
My head is right in the 4x4. Can you imagine what Aunt Colleen would have said if she could see us driving down, completing the bucket list that we originally set out to do 3 years ago?
Like of those, we made that list of 14. We threw this one on there. Who would have thought we would actually been able to get it?
Yeah, again, boys.
Looky.
Dude.
He emailed back.
He is in he? Mr. Favre?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
He said Southmouth Deli around 7:45 for breakfast tomorrow.
So he's just gonna show up and...
No, that's all he said was Southmouth Deli around 7:45 for breakfast.
All right, read the exact wording.
Southmouth Deli around 7:45 for breakfast. Well, this is stressful. So what, about 5 minutes out, we ran into Katrina on the way.
After a 15-hour drive, we made it to Hattiesburg. Now, we'll see if we can sleep.
Next time on Don't Blink.
Is it him? Tell me when, oh my God.
Y'all got a football?
You got a football.
I mean, this is like maybe a one-shot deal. I can't. I don't want to blow out my shoulder. That would be horrible. Then I can't make a comeback.